Hey witches, if you are enjoying Waking Up the Witch, then you're definitely going to want to check out my magical shop, Moonbee's Wellness in Medford, Oregon. We have a curated collection of crystals, incense, sage, witchy books, tarot, oracle, and so much magic made locally here in the Rogue Valley. Whether you're just beginning your witchy path or you've been on this journey for quite a while, we have so many items to support where you are in your journey. And we ship anywhere in the US, so no need to be local. But Moonbees is more than just a shop. We are also a sacred space and supportive to your healing journey. I'm a Reiki master, and I also offer a lot of intuitive sessions, including past life readings and past life regression sessions. And all of this can be done virtually online, so I can help you no matter where you're at. Come visit us in Southern Oregon or follow Moonbees Wellness on Instagram and Moonbees_Medford on TikTok. And remember, magic's this way.
This episode of Waking Up the Witch is brought to you by Taylar Pickett Styles. I'm Taylar Pickett, and I am an intuitive hairstylist in Southern Oregon. I offer in-person services as well as online tutorials on how to care for your curly hair, how to properly shampoo your hair. If you're a hairstylist, I offer lots of education and one-on-one consulting on how to build your clientele and take care of your clients. If you're interested in any of these services, please reach out to me. There will be a link in the bio. I also offer organic hair care from Innocence Organic Beauty, and you can also buy that online through me, link in the bio, and also on my Instagram page, Taylar Pickett Styles. I also have a TikTok page if you're into just talking a little bit more deeply about things, going into deeper dives about hair care, self-love, and self-worth. My TikTok handle is Southern Oregon Curl. And don't forget, tame nothing, nourish everything. Enjoy this episode. I'm Taylar.
And I'm Amber.
And this is
Waking Up the Witch. We're your neighborhood witches. Each week, we talk about all things witchy and connect with other humans in a storytelling format about navigating life on this floating rock.
We're two curious ladies trying to understand the human experience. But while we do that, we think it's important to honor the people that lived here before us and honor the cultures and traditions that we're being inspired by.
This podcast is about waking up the witch, which means we are learning and growing every day. That being said, we are always open to feedback on how we can do better.
The views and opinions of our guests don't necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Waking Up the Witch. Now, let's go, ghouls. Hey.
How's
Hi.
it
Going?
I'm good. I feel kind of high.
Same. Different reasons.
Different reasons. I'm not high. You might still be.
Yeah. Sheer panic. I'm going to the ER next time.
Oh my God, don't do that. They're just going to tell you have to like wait it out. They're not going to do anything for you.
Every time I get too stoned, I Google, how do I be less stoned? And it's like, just drink water, fresh air.
Breathe.
I'm like, thank you.
Have I ever shown you the Karen Kilgariff song of like her and someone else made up long time ago of what to listen to when you get too high, and it's just like a cute little song like fucking breathe, you're okay, you just got a little too high, and it's really cute and funny.
That would make me throw my phone across the room
Well,
in the moment.
Then in the end, then they kind of like bring in some like scary things, which is funny because it's also like it's a comedy song, so it just makes you like laugh but if you're high, maybe it might not be great. It's like scary babies and the devil.
So much fear and stress. Anyways, you did something big this weekend.
Yeah, I did something really big this weekend, and I knew that it was going to be big, but I just like didn't really know how big it was going to be. I got invited, me and Alicia, we got invited to be presenters at an annual women's retreat called Women of the Wild. And it is hosted by this woman, Heather, who lives here in Southern Oregon now, but she has been hosting this. This year was the ninth year. And so the past 8 years, it's been on the East Coast where she was living before. And each year's a little different and it gets more refined. And she was describing it as like, she's just like channeling this council of women that are like, you need to bring this to life. Like, it's important. And like, after being there, like, I feel that it is so important. And like, I was processing this morning because I got back yesterday and like driving in, like, the clouds looked like they were painted. Like, I just feel like more of the veil has disappeared where I can like see, like, you know, how we talked about we only see 4% of like what's in our world. I feel like I can see like 6% or 7%
Mhm.
now. It's so wild. But I was like processing with Mark because I was kind of having like some anxiety integrating back into like daily life and the real world. And I think I just needed to like get out of me like what I was feeling, what I had experienced. And holy shit, it was absolutely life changing. I feel so honored that we got to be there, but like also like be a provider of wisdom and magic there. Yeah, I can't even fully process it. There's so much that I'll probably maybe we'll take to Patreon or something and like
Yeah.
really pull that apart because I feel like I could sit here for 2 hours and just tell you everything about it. But yeah, it was really cool. We got to bring our intuitive psychic development course there and present over 2 days, an hour and a half each. So this is a course we created and we did a 6 week course and each class is like 3 to 4 hours long. So we had to turn all of that into 3 hours. And we were like, we can do it. It's a little stressful, but I think we can do it. And like we did it, which is cool. Like we fucking did it. And there's like 40 women there and like you can come and go freely as you wanted, like to any of the workshops or anything. Like, you know, you're in charge of your own time and what you want to do, which was nice. And nearly every single woman that was there attending was at our workshops.
That's awesome.
Alicia says she was counting at one point, which I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad you did that. Like, I didn't even, I'm just like in the zone. And there were like 33 women that were sitting around like
Crazy.
listening to us. And I was like, it's like a huge room, this communal space and sharing like what we talk about all the time that just feels like almost natural now at this point.
Mhm.
Like I forget sometimes like these basic concepts like
Yeah.
protection and cleansing and like boundaries and how it's like foreign to people. And it just gave people so much permission and like understanding. And we weren't expecting to do like a whole lot of like after talking and connection around what we taught. Like it was kind of like we're just going to teach and then we get to like enjoy and be a part of all of this. But it was like, no, we're the teachers. And people are like, oh my God, that was inspiring. Oh my God, like I had this dream that's like stuck with me forever. And there were these teachers and like now I feel like they were you. And like that was like so wild and crazy. And like getting to talk with like there was people from the deaf community there and we had like 8 interpreters the whole time that were helping to communicate like for us and for them and like that cracked me open in a whole new way. Like
I've always wanted to learn and
me
know more
too.
American Sign Language.
Me too. I've always been fascinated by it. Like I remember as a kid, we had like highlights magazines and like there was the alphabet in sign language on there. So like I taught myself how to sign the alphabet and I've just like always been fascinated by it. Like I love Chris Corsini and like his signing and his um dedication to like bringing these things to the deaf community also like I think is beautiful. But I didn't really realize until this weekend, like, how much like, of course, it's a lot of work for interpreters, but, like, energetically, how much they are carrying and moving through them constantly at all times, and they were, like, on all weekend. I'm like, "I know how I feel from, like, taking on this energy and being surrounded by this many people," and, like, I have to do so many other practices to help keep myself feeling good, and, like, they are living channels and literally channeling, like, for the person who needs their services, but also, like, everybody else in that room, anyone who's talking, like, to have them be a part of our conversations and our continued connection, and to have, like, this living vessel standing next to them, helping to, like, be their voice and uh, their ears, like, wow, just so wild, and we got to, guide one of the deaf sisters in meditation, and she had, like, an experience because I was like, "I'm just so curious," like, for me, I have to shut my eyes because 'cause I'm able to tap more in by silencing one of my senses, but you already have, like, that how much more heightened are all your other senses? Like, what are your psychic gifts? Like, what are the strongest ones for you? And she described that she could hear music and like it had a
Mm.
feeling. Like, it was so cool. And I got to read for both of them also. And I think like one of the biggest gifts for me through having them there, not just like being in this circle and on this land, but like be having them there, like really having to slow down so that they could keep up. Like I can talk so fast sometimes, especially when I'm channeling or connected or tapped in, because it's just flooding through and it's like, oh, say this, say this, say this. And it's like, I can't talk fast enough for everything that's coming through. And I get really excited about that connection and what's coming through that I'll like trip over my words or, I'll get tongue tied and like these things that I know I about myself that I witness. But like I had to slow it the fuck down so that they could interpret for the deaf people. And it changed my channel. It changed my being. Like, and now I just don't want to rush for anything ever again.
Good.
Like, just here. So it was amazing. It was incredible. I feel so lucky and so grateful. The owner was incredible of that space. And she literally came up and adjusted my crown because she heard me say something that just wasn't true about myself. And I was like, I just started crying. I'm like, okay, I guess I really needed that. Like, thank you for seeing me, especially like a stranger, like
Yeah.
someone who doesn't know me or no, and she knew Moonbees, which is cool because this is out like an hour and a half from Medford. She knew Moonbees, and she's like, "You're Moonbees. You both are Moonbees. Oh my god, cool, you're here." And I was
That's
like,
so
"Holy
cool.
shit, that's cool." And she's like, "You know your shit. Like, stop pretending like you don't deserve that and that you don't know as much as you do. Like, you're full of wisdom, and people need what you have to offer." And I was like, "Okay, thank you. I'll try to remember."
It's just beginning.
I know, that's, like, literally I, like, tried to write up, like, a few things that I just wanna remember, and I'm like, "This really is just the beginning of, like, everything," and I was talking with Mark this morning, he was like, "You've worked so hard for this, though, like, it's like, you've been on this journey, you've been in this industry, you've been doing these things and developing, like, and it's just the beginning," and I'm like, "I just feel like I've arrived at, like, those manifestations." Even, like, standing on the land the last night or maybe even the last day before we left, I was like, I don't feel like scarcity or lack anymore. Like, I feel rich. Like, I feel like even the money piece has, like, worked itself out. Like, I don't know what's in my bank accounts today. I'm not stressed out about it, though. Like, and that's been, like, a huge
Yeah.
stressor for me for a while. And I'm like, everything, all the resources I need and want and desire, like, I'm gonna do great things with them, and they're already here, and now I just have to, like, watch them arrive,
Mhm.
and that was cool because that changed me too. So much. It was magic.
And then we have Moonlight and Magic this
Holy
weekend.
fuck, I know. How are you feeling?
I
I believe you.
I think I need a, like, cocktail or something to make my brain do
Yeah.
something else that it's not doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been, like,
I'm
doing
very
so much for
excited
months.
for the event. I'm excited. I know it sounds bad. I'm excited for it to be over also
Yeah,
because
I
it
feel
does
that.
take up a big part of my brain, and I'm ready to
Yeah,
melt into cozy season
same.
and
Yeah,
hibernation and doing less and
yeah.
just like lock in with my workouts and like try to do holiday things.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah, I'm right there with you on all of
I'm
that.
I want to enjoy the night and I will be fully present, but I'm also like ready to fucking
Let's
I
go.
want to know how it's going to
I
go. I
know.
want to know how the people are going to flow. I want to know if we are know what we're doing. I wanna see it come to life.
I know, we've, been working really hard at this for months and, like, just pouring almost every, like, ounce of energy into this. Like, it's been a bigger focus than even my shop has been for me or anything else that I'm doing.
I told Kurt this is more stressful than planning a wedding.
It is.
Well, cause in my wedding, I was just like, "I don't know, just show up and then we'll get married and we're just
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
party," and this is, like, the hundreds of people that we're having to worry about. So,
And a lot of people, like, relying on us to, like, make this
yes.
happen
Yes.
for, their services too.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
and,
feeling
like,
good.
people getting to and fro.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we've done a great job, though, like, I do feel really good about it, and, there's always gonna be something, and people are only gonna know what's not there if you tell them, so I feel good about it. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a really great time. It's gonna be really lovely to just, like, enjoy it, and then, yeah, I'm also looking forward to, like, the day after and hopefully just, like, sleeping all day.
Ugh, I have to go to a photo shoot the next day.
Do you?
Yes,
What
work.
for? Oh,
Anyways, today was, an interview with my oldest friend, someone that I could call for anything ever. She means so much to me. She's one of the most important people in my life. I don't know if she knows how much I love her, but it's like the
Oh,
most you could love a person.
no.
Just every single phase. Been there together since we were in first grade.
That's so wild. That, like, is incredible to have a friend that long. I don't think many people have that. So
No,
you
and
both
I'm
are so
so glad I
lucky.
still have her. So,
Yeah.
enjoy this episode. Don't forget to check out our Patreon with all
Yeah.
of the goodies. We'll have some new episodes up this month. And the Spotify playlist, which we might have to get off Spotify and switch to Tidal, but we'll talk about that
Okay,
later.
yeah. We want to make sure we're supporting things that are aligned as much as possible,
Just
and
trying
it's
to be
getting
ethical.
harder.
Enjoy this episode. Go check out Patreon. I have to go.
Gonna take a moment to ground into our energy and create a loving container here for us today. So if it feels good, you can close your eyes and let's take 3 deep, intentional breaths. Breathing in through the nose, inviting in new, fresh energy. And on the exhale, beginning to release your worries or responsibilities for the rest of your day and just arriving in this present moment. Another deep breath in, hold at the top, and release. Let it all. One more deep, healing, replenishing breath in, hold, and exhale. Just returning to a normal Slow breath, asking for our guides, our higher selves, our angels and ancestors, and any other loving, supportive energies to join us for this beautiful conversation and moment of connection. And we trust that whatever is meant to come through, that is for all of our highest goods, will flow through. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Today's guest is my oldest friend. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Jessie. I'm
Hey,
Taylor's
Jessie.
oldest friend.
Hey. I wanted to bring Jessie on because I feel like even if you've known someone your whole entire life, you never tell your story in chronological order. And so I may feel like I know her really well, but there's a lot of stuff that can get missed in life. And I feel like it would just be nice to hear about your human experience and just your whole life.
Cool.
Will you
Yeah, I
start
mean,
from the
I feel like
beginning?
you've been here for most of it,
Mhm. Since we
but
were 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we were just talking about that a couple weeks ago. Like, I think that without a doubt, you're my oldest friend, and that's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're kinda old, so it's, almost 30 years.
Bitch, you ain't old
Well,
yet.
not as
I'm
old as you.
old. And I'm not even old, but
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up, like, old people would say, "Oh, I haven't seen you since you were this big,"
Oh,
or, "Oh,
yeah.
I've known your mom for 40 years," and I'm like, "God, they're
Uh-huh.
so old," and now I find myself saying things like this.
Yep.
Totally.
Same thing. So take us to the very beginning. Where were you born, and what were your parents like?
I was born in Mount Vernon, Illinois, which is just a town about 30 minutes away from my hometown of Centralia, Illinois. That's just the hospital I was born in. That's, I guess, just where my mom went to. My parents were married, I think, until I was like 2, and they divorced. Not a clean break, definitely not a clean break. Um, they fought a lot, over, you know, child support and when I'm supposed to be where, and, I think they just, in general, did not get along at all. And so, there were points growing up that my mom would have like a restraining order against my dad, or, they were like, she'd say, "Oh, it's illegal. He can't come within, this amount of space of me or you or whoever." So,
Do you
that was
know
kind of
why?
bumpy growing up. Yeah, I mean, I think that there were several reasons, but the biggest one that I remember when I was, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, probably, my dad was coming to pick me up at home at my house, my mom's house, and, I can't really remember what they were fighting over, but my dad, took my mom, like, by the throat
Mm.
like this and, like, had her up against the wall, like, her feet were off the ground and was, like,
In front
threatening
of
her.
you?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
basically threatening her, and, then he, like, took me, and obviously, like, that scared my mom. She called the cops,
yeah.
and I think that we like, every time my dad would, pick me up, I would go with my dad. We would always, go do something fun, like, my mom's not, like, super adventurous, but my dad, every time I was with him, "Let's go do something fun. Let's go to the zoo," or "Let's go to, like, the city museum," or "Let's go do this or that." Even though after that happened, he wasn't technically allowed to take me out of the state, but, I didn't know that Missouri was not in Illinois, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Didn't know
remember the
St.
first
Louis
time.
was separate.
No, yeah, I remember the first time that I was like, "What's Missouri?" And he's like, "Oh, it's nothing."
Oh, shady.
Um, yeah, and so, yeah, that's why that happened. I
And you're an
think
only
that
child, so it was
yeah,
all just you.
I am an only child, but I did find out when I was, like, 18 that I have a half brother, but
Wow.
I grew up my entire life as an only child. My cousins were, my age, actually, Jenny and JC were my age, so they were kind of the closest things that I had to siblings, growing up, so, like, whenever I
Mhm.
did have to go over to my dad's house, like, they were on my dad's side of the family, so I got to see and hang out with them, so it wasn't so, like, you know, terrible that I had to go there, basically.
Mhm.
Did
Yeah.
you keep going to your dad's after that?
I was, required by the state, of course, to go to my dad's every other weekend, and, I hated it, I absolutely hated it. I had to go to, like, counseling, and I had to go to therapy, when I was little because I would just absolutely dread it. I would scream and cry and kick, and I didn't wanna go. And, they made I remember they made me take this, like, stuffed animal bear with me with my mom's shirt on it so that it smelled like my mom to my
Oh my
dad's
god.
house, and that was,
Oh.
like, how I coped with going, and I don't even really know why I didn't like going, if it was just because I thought he was mean or,
Mhm.
because I saw him do these things to my mom or
Yeah.
heard him talk about my mom or, my grandma who I was really close with too, and I just hated going.
And you
But
had a very
yeah, I did.
routine like, a very routine life at home, like, with your mom that was, like, pretty safe
Yeah,
and completely different.
definitely. Yeah, growing up, my mom was strict, until I got to, like, high school, and then she kinda loosened up, but yeah, things were really different with my dad. So, yeah, I was required to go there. I stopped going, though, when I was, like, 12 or 13, probably.
I think they stopped making you then. Like, it's up to you to
Yeah,
choose.
at that point, it was my choice. I think you're right, and I just completely stopped going. I didn't see him for a long time after that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I relate
So
with that a lot, like, going to my dad's house as a kid, I just
mhm.
didn't wanna be there, and, like, part of it was, like,
No.
the responsibility that was put on me because I was the oldest and he had 3 other kids, and
Mhm.
also me and my sister, and, yeah, it was just, like, a vibe, and
Yeah,
I just, like, knew that I didn't wanna be there, like, it wasn't my comfort safe space to be there.
right.
So
Right.
I feel that. That's hard growing up.
It was, and even though, like I said, like, it always took me to go do fun stuff, I still, like I said, looking back, I still did not want to go, did not want to go.
Mhm.
Have you
So,
ever met your half brother?
mhm. We went to high school together.
Oh.
Whoa, and you didn't know
Mhm.
that you were siblings?
Mm-mm.
Did he know?
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how long he knew for. He just, like, showed up in my DMs one day and was like, "Hey, I'm your brother," and,
Whoa.
I was like, "What the heck?" And I looked at a picture of him and I was like, "For sure you are, yep." That's for
I
sure.
Holy
forgot about all
shit.
of this.
What's the age difference for the 2 of you?
I wanna say he's about 2 years younger than me.
Younger.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. So
Yeah,
it's,
and
like,
so when I
right
told
after your parents split
when I
or
told my mom
during.
about it, she was like, that's interesting," like, she was like, "Yeah,
Dang.
we were probably together, whatever."
How old was your mom whenever she had you?
32.
Okay. Do you know
Mhm.
how long they were together before that?
I don't know exactly. It's a good question. I'm not sure. That was my mom's 2nd marriage.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah,
Who
my
was
mom
the
was married
first?
twice. Some dude, I don't know. But yeah, both of her marriages were not good. I think my mom has always been, like a fixer,
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
she'll really
Finding
take on
those
a project.
projects. Yeah.
Yeah, both of her projects did not pan out for her.
Yeah, they usually don't,
Yeah, yeah,
unfortunately.
right.
Ugh.
So, My mom has not remarried.
Did your dad
She doesn't
remarry?
date. My dad's married, yeah. My dad's been married since I was in grade school,
Yeah, I
probably,
thought so. And
since I was, like,
then
13 or 14.
they don't have children together.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Does he
No.
know about your brother? Like, did they have any sort of relationship?
Yeah, so and I was just talking about this, like, not that long ago, and I was trying to remember how exactly it went, but, my brother, like, really wanted to, like, have a relationship with my dad, but, he kind of wanted me to be that, like, go-between person, and I was like, "That's awkward, but
Yeah.
okay," you know what I mean? And I, like, met my brother, and I was like, "Actually, you guys are a lot alike, like, way more alike than me and my dad ever were," you know
About
what I
it.
mean? So, like, maybe this would be a good thing for you guys, so I just remember, like, saying something to my dad, like, along the lines of, like, "Hey, by the way, I know about my brother," and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about," and I'm like, "Yeah, I kinda think that you do,"
Yeah.
Oh.
because my brother was like, "Yeah, I think that he knew, but, he just never, like, just never took responsibility." But so, actually, they do, like, kind of have a relationship now. I mean, they probably have a relationship about the same as what we do, see each other on, you know, holidays and things like that. So, and like I said, they have a lot in common. Like, they really are vibing. So
So
that's good for
weird.
them.
Just
Weird.
like not meet your parent your whole life and you're just
Mhm.
like the same.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard that
They're
so
yeah.
much.
Yeah, my brother, he's my half brother, my mom's youngest. His dad had another kid too, like my brother. I think he was probably about 18 years old when he found out that he had a brother,
Mhm,
and his dad also denied that kid. And it was like they're
mhm,
pretty close in age, I think. His dad was in the military, and so I think it was like when he was overseas,
Oh, yeah.
slept with a lady and she got pregnant
mm,
and he was like, "Not mine." And yeah, it's
Crazy
kind
men
of
can do
wild.
that.
Yeah. It's wild that like my mom was able to sustain a relationship with him because they were like still kind of best friends, and she was really
mhm,
close with his mom, which is probably why. But yeah, my brother's brother, it's like they look exactly alike. It's like you
So
can't
yeah,
deny it. This is
no,
crazy. And I think he tried to
yeah,
call his dad out about it. Same thing. No, no, no. And it's like, especially this day and age when there's like all the ancestry DNA things,
mhm,
like,
yeah,
so
this
many
was before
people
that.
are finding,
mhm.
you know, parts of
Well,
their
I'm
family out
sure
there.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
all
So
the secrets are getting dug up.
Oh,
uh
yeah.
looking back on like your middle school through like elementary school time, like how do you feel like that was?
I think it was pretty typical for, like, any kid who grew up in Midwestern small town USA, which is to say, like, it might be a little bit screwed up too. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm,
we
mhm.
started, like, kissing boys and talking about kissing boys and, like, drinking alcohol and things like that at, like, a young age,
Very
I would
young.
Mhm,
say.
mhm.
Um, but, I mean, other than that, like, I was always good at school. I was always, like, a do-gooder, like, I always wanted
Mhm.
to be perfect and, like,
Yes.
I wanted everybody to like me, and I didn't
Mhm.
want anybody to ever, be disappointed in me, like, that was kind of, like, my personality. I was always super type A, but then, like, on the weekends, I was going and, like, doing this hood rat shit, like, we all were,
Yeah, balance.
but yeah. Yeah, I think, like I said, to us, that was normal, but, like, reflecting now, like, that's probably not normal.
I think normal, maybe no. Common, I think yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like as far as our childhood goes, like I feel like I was raised a lot by just like social interactions and like socializing and being out and about all the time. Like, yeah, there was home life, but we were just like always doing stuff with all of our
Mhm.
like schoolmates. And
Mhm.
I felt like the neighborhood I lived in, like, everybody could run the streets all the time, and that was just, like, really sweet for a childhood, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
even though I'm not
But
friends with any of those people anymore.
right. Me either. But, like, when you were talking on your episode, like, yeah, this person lived, like, 2 doors down from me, this person lived, like, right across the street, like, that's so true, and then the park was, like, at the end of the
Yeah.
road, and, like
It's
Every
yeah.
so
house had a
nice.
kid, like,
Oh,
within
yeah?
2 grades. Yeah, it was very
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I
and I
moved.
didn't yeah, you moved to kind of the ghetto, yeah?
Oh,
Like,
that
by
part.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
Or are you
I don't
talking
know
about when you
why.
moved?
Well, I was talking about St. Louis, but I don't know why we
Yeah.
moved over there,
I don't know either.
actually.
I don't know either.
And then back to the same street
Right,
in a
right.
different house. Yeah. But
Yeah,
then,
and then you
yeah, I
moved.
feel like the same about your childhood. Like you were always like good at everything. I was like always kind of jealous. Like Jessie can sing better than me. She's prettier than me.
Aw,
Smarter. Well, she got to play Mrs. Claus
cute.
and I was a tree. So not really fair.
I was also, like, a perfectionist, though,
Talent.
like, I would have died if I wasn't Mrs. Claus, probably. Like,
You
that
did
was so
good.
me.
I don't remember who was Santa.
Probably Mason
Mason
Bonner.
Bonner, probably.
Yeah, that was, like, my, like, heartthrob, like, all through school.
So
So cute.
cute.
There's something
Yeah,
else to say, but I shouldn't say it on a podcast.
okay,
Yeah, I
alright.
feel like we had a really cute, wholesome childhood, and then I left, like, before 8th grade,
Mhm.
and then you went to high school without me.
I did, yeah, and I feel like high school was much of the same. I played sports, and I mean, I was still good at school, still doing hood rat shit on the weekends, lying to our parents, sneaking out, um, you know,
Drinking
all that
beer.
stuff. Yeah, I got a couple drinking tickets in high school, so I, like, disappointed everybody, and, like, that just killed me.
Yeah. I was so lucky to never get one of those.
I got one when I was, like, 8, like, an MIP.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at 2 parties where cops showed up where I was underage. One, I was a freshman in high school, and I don't know how, the girl's dad was home. We were definitely wasted, like, skinny dipping in the hot tub, like, pouring Dawn dish soap in there. Like, so should not be behaving that way, especially with her dad home, like, so fucking
mhm.
weird. And then again, when I was a senior in high school, we were at, like, a frat party, and the cops came in, they're like, "Everyone who doesn't leave here, get out of here, get home safe." And I was like, "Oh my god, how did I escape that?" I would have been grounded forever, both
Mhm.
times.
Right? I was at a party, I don't know, sophomore year, something like that, and, it was a Halloween party, so we were all, dressed up. I remember I was dressed up as, like, a Girl Scout. Like, I literally had my Girl Scout outfit on from when I was, like,
Cute.
Girl Scout age, so, like, this was probably like, I probably look like a hoe, but anyways. And the cops showed up, and, everybody's looking for their, like, spot to hide. Well, I ran to the basement, and there was, like, one of those totes, like, that you, like, pack stuff in, and then you, like, snap the top off.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my
I
god.
dumped that tote over, and I just dumped everything out of it, and I turned it upside or I no, 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 I turned it right side up, and I crawled inside, and I just put the top, like, right over top of me, and I hid from the cops like that for 2 hours,
Oh my
and they never
god.
found me. I was the only one, so, like
Holy shit.
So
and that
smart.
kind of, like,
Impressive.
became my claim to fame in high school, like, that's the chick that hid in the tote.
I love that. I remember one time we all went out to the car to smoke a bowl and we like watched the cops pull up on this house and we're just like hiding in my car, like everybody,
Oh
like 6
no.
people in my car, all scooched to where you could just see like over the dash. And then we like watched all the cops go in and just and left.
Oh my
Like we
god.
got so lucky. Other people were in like the attic and stuff. Kids are so bad.
Uh-huh.
Goldie's not
Yeah.
gonna be bad. She's gonna be good.
We'll
I
see.
don't know, I think kids now are actually a lot, like, more well-behaved than what
I
we
don't
were,
think
to be
they
honest with you.
party.
They
They're just,
don't, like,
like,
they're boring,
asking
I think.
ChatGPT questions
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
like, they
dancing
are
on TikTok.
not living. They are
We would
not
have
living.
definitely been dancing a lot on TikTok if we
Oh
had
my
Yeah,
god, yeah.
yeah, we would have.
So, high school is normal, and then what made you decide you wanted to go to nursing school?
To be honest with you, being a nurse was the only thing that I other than when I was, like, a kid, I wanted to be a singer,
Mhm.
but being a nurse was the only thing that I truly felt like I wanted to do. I never really considered anything else. So that and like I said, you know, I was always like a perfectionist. So it was like once I decided something, like that was it. Like I was gonna figure out how to do it one way or another. And I never really was somebody who changed my mind a whole lot about things. So I don't even remember when that was, if that was like in grade school or in high school that I was just like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I did.
Amazing.
And then did you
Mhm.
work in a hospital at any point?
But yeah, when I graduated high school, I worked as like a CNA,
Mhm, I
um,
remember that.
at like just like a local hospital. And then I went to college the first year, like at the local college in Centralia. I played softball. So I played there for a year, and that's whenever I moved to St. Louis for
Mhm.
nursing school after that. And while I was going to nursing school, I was working at Barnes downtown
Mhm.
until I graduated, basically.
And did the 2 of you were you in St. Louis at the same time?
Yeah, we lived, like,
Cool.
a
A mile
couple
Fun.
away.
streets
So
away.
fun, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And had you been, like, separate from each other since, like, you moved in high school?
I don't we definitely weren't, like, as close as we
Mhm.
had been,
Mhm.
and then when we lived close to each other, I was dating, Justin, and he was, like, super up my
Mhm.
butt and controlling, so,
Mhm.
like, I didn't see Jessie as much as I should have or normally would have.
Mhm.
So that's kinda sad 'cause sometimes I think about how special that was, and we didn't even
Mhm.
get to, like, enjoy it.
I know, I feel like I totally, like, wasted my time in St. Louis because,
Mhm.
I've always been the type like, it's really hard for me to make friends, I feel like. I don't know
Mhm.
if it's because, like, I'm not, like, a super I don't know, like bubbly, like, "Hey, let's be friends with everybody" type of person. I'm, like, more private, you know?
Mhm.
Or maybe it's just because I'm a biatch, I don't know, like, but it's hard for me to make friends. Like, I don't make new friends, you
Yeah,
know?
I was
Like,
gonna
I
say you
have,
have
Mhm.
like
so many friends.
I have friends, but, like, they're like, if you think about it, like, not very many of them are new friends, you know what I mean?
No.
Like,
Yeah.
it's my old friends, and so when I was in St. Louis, I was like, I don't really know anybody, I'm not gonna hang out with anybody."
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I had, like, my cousin there, and I had you there, and then I started dating this guy from back home, and so that's whenever I decided to move back home too, which
Mhm.
whatever. It was what it was.
And then they broke up because he was a Trumper.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And then
And
it
he
was
didn't eat
Bye.
and
2016.
Oh,
and he didn't eat vegetables either, and those were, like, my
what?
2 big icks. I was like, "That's it. I can't take it anymore."
No. Oh my god, how
I'm
long were you
serious.
together?
Like, 5 years?
Dang.
Very
I don't know,
country.
maybe, like, 4, 3, I don't know, but
Mhm.
it was a
That's a
while,
long
like
time. Yeah. That's
yeah, and,
crazy.
like, I feel like Taylor said, like, because he was a Trump
That's
like,
so
politics
funny.
never ever mattered to me at
Right.
all until, like,
Yeah.
2016, and then,
Same.
like, I was like, "Yeah, if we're
What's
not on the
happening?
same page about that, we're not on the same page about anything,
Right.
like, you gotta get the fuck out of my house," you know?
Yeah. I think that's true for a lot of
I
people.
Mhm,
remember I, like, texted Jesse one night, and we weren't really close anymore, like, we didn't really talk or hang out that much, and I was like, "I have to ask you, do you like Donald Trump?" And she was like, "Hell no," and I'm like, "Oh my god, thank god," and then we just started, like, talking again all the time and hanging out again, and
I know.
really just
I
started
remember
after that.
See,
I
there's
remember
some
when,
good
like
things about Trump,
yeah,
I guess, making sure you know your people.
Mhm.
Or, like, one by one, like, going down, like, all my friends and, like, "What side are you on?" You know? And then, like,
Yeah,
I still like, where I live, like, unfortunately, like, it's all over me, like, I live
for
in rural
sure.
Illinois, so, a lot of my friends are, still on that side, and that's just we don't talk about that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna change your mind, you're never gonna change my mind, so it doesn't matter, and we're just gonna try to be amicable, basically, you know?
So hard.
It's so hard these
It's
days.
very hard, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not
Mhm.
just like, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat. It's like if
I'm
you
a fascist or I'm
yeah,
not.
if you align with Trump
Exactly.
really on anything, it just says so much
Yeah,
about who you are. Or,
right.
you just like are so brainwashed by what information is being fed to you and like, you
Mhm.
know, resolved in not finding out more about these things. Like you're just like okay
Right.
with it. So
No,
that
No,
also says
absolutely.
something too.
yeah, I don't know at what point you're supposed to be like, "Fuck you," or like, "Uh, it's okay. I can, like, handle this." I haven't figured that out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how to
you
just be
just
around people that I'm like, "Really? You think that way?"
you gotta just not talk about it,
Sure, I
Mhm.
guess.
'cause it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say because Fox
Yeah.
News
Mhm.
is gonna tell them lies, basically.
What is your
Mhm.
dad's,
My dad's a Democrat. Yeah.
at least you got that
Wow.
going for you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my friends are like, "What's it like having a
I
dad who's
know.
a Democrat?"
And
I
you're like,
ask that question to
"Mm."
people a lot, like, "Oh, interesting. What's that like?"
Yeah.
I don't know that life. I don't know how I came out the way that I did.
Mhm.
You're
I
a good
remember
person.
him telling me, like, whenever I was younger, like, 'cause I was always like, it doesn't
I
matter
didn't
to
know
me,
what it
like, I
meant,
don't no,
really.
I
Yeah,
didn't care. I
Mhm.
never ever cared about politics ever, and I remember
same.
telling him that at one point, and he was like, "It will matter to you someday," and he was so
Yeah.
right about
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, it
I
Mhm.
think
matters a
that's
lot now.
true. Mhm. Especially
Yeah,
nowadays, like, there's just too many big things going on right now, and
Yeah.
for sure.
So, when you moved back to Centralia, you bought a house,
I did,
and
yeah.
then you were working where?
I was working in St. Louis whenever, I moved back, and I was commuting
Okay.
for maybe about a year.
How was
wow.
Um
that?
Um, it was so I was working night shift, and so I would drive west as the sun was going down, and I would drive east as the sun was coming up. So that part of it sucked
Mhm.
because the sun
Mhm.
was always in your eyes.
Yeah.
But I avoided rush hour by doing that. So that was kind of nice. But I was only working 3 days a week, so wasn't bad. Working night shift is tough though because you're like not a real person.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of just existing on the days that you can and working or sleeping on the days that you can't.
Mhm. And then
Um,
what?
I started school again. I went back to school for my master's degree. I was doing that online, and I took a job working for the state of Illinois. Just at a basically it's like a home for disabled adults, and I worked there for 3 or 4 years probably. I finished school there. I worked there for a year after I was done with school, and then I moved on. I got a job. I did
What
some
would
urgent care
what'd
work.
you go to school for?
I'm a nurse practitioner, so I got my
Mhm.
master's degree in nursing.
Awesome.
Um, so yeah, I moved on from there. I did some urgent care. I did like some hospice and home health, and now I'm in my job now. I've been here for 5 years, and I travel into people's homes and do like wellness exams, basically. Just kind of focus on like prevention and wellness and things like
Amazing.
that.
What's that like to be in strangers' houses all day?
You never really know what to expect, honestly.
I feel
You
like people's
see
houses smell. Like, everybody's house has a smell.
it's
Mhm.
not even just that. People have bugs, and
Mm,
people have very, very different ways of living. We can just put it
mhm,
that way. So
mhm.
you never really know what you're about to walk into. So it can be, rather interesting. I think that that's probably the most stressful part of my job is just not knowing what you're about to walk into.
Like
Yeah.
somebody's big ass
Which
dog.
exactly, yeah. Like, is there somebody in here who could possibly hurt me, or
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
all kinds of things like that. But I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, like nursing could be a really, really stressful environment, and so like
Mhm.
I don't have a ton of stress with my job anymore. So like I feel like that's really contributed to like my wellness. I'm not
Yeah.
stressed out with work anymore. So that's awesome.
What types of people do you see? Like people that
People
can't make it
who,
to the doctor?
no, not necessarily, just anybody who qualifies for Medicare.
Mhm.
So that could be, somebody just over the age, like over Medicare age, or it could be somebody who is disabled.
Mm, mhm. Have you
Mhm.
had any sketchy situations going into someone's house?
Um, I've never felt like I was going to be threatened by someone. You know what I mean? Like never, like nobody's ever used any weapons on me or anything like that. People have talked shittily to me, and I've told them, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable with this conversation, so either we are going to stop talking like this or I'm gonna leave," which I can do. Other than that, I mean, so, like, some of the areas that I go to, I travel all over Illinois now, so, like, I was in Rockford one time, and
Mhm.
I was outside of, like, this, big, like, apartment complex that, is for, like, basically what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the project
Mhm.
apartment complex, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And there were, like, a couple of guys, like, standing outside, like, at the bus stop, and I saw one of them, like, pull a gun out, and they weren't pointing it at me, they weren't,
Yeah.
like, directing anything towards me, but I see this going on right there, and, like, that's probably the sketchiest I've ever
Nervous.
felt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kinda going into neighborhoods like that,
Yeah.
Low
but
income.
yeah, for the most part, that's not my business, like, they're not
Yeah.
here, like, to do anything to me, you just, mind your own business, and it's gonna be fine.
Mhm.
Sketchy.
It can be,
Um,
yeah.
So bring us kind of forward, like in the rest of your life besides like work and stuff.
So, I met my now husband on Tinder, of course. We met in 2018, and, he was going to school at that time, he was finishing his master's degree, he's a dietitian. We just kind of like, how all Tinder flings go, kind of kept things casual there for a little
mhm.
while. He was living in Carbondale at the time, which is about hour and 20 minutes probably from Centralia. And so I would drive down there and see him on the weekends. He would drive up and see me. He was going to school and I was like out of school, like making big girl money. So like we weren't doing anything, like, lavish, you know what I mean? We
Mhm.
were just watching movies and, like I said, keeping things casual, but, I think he graduated in 2019, I wanna say. He only had about a year and a half left, whenever we first met, and then once he graduated, he moved in with me, and we've lived together ever since. We got married, last year, 2024. There was a solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse coming through Illinois in
Yeah.
April, and, we really wanted to have, like a destination type wedding, but neither of our families really travel.
Mhm.
Um, in January of last year, my aunt actually was the one who was like, "Wouldn't it be cool, like, you could get married for the eclipse?" And I'm like, "Actually, yeah, that is kinda cool, maybe I'll think about that." And so, like, we just started, like, making moves on things and planned the wedding in, like, 2.5 months. I'm sure everybody probably thought that I was,
Wow.
like, pregnant or something, but, like, it was just like boom, 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 like, "If we can't take you guys somewhere, like, there's gonna be something cool here, like, let's just see the
Mhm.
something cool here," you know? So, all that worked out, and, yeah, we got married for the eclipse. We got married April 2024. We still live in the same house that I bought 10 years ago whenever I had moved back home. We've got a cat.
Why do you stay in Centralia?
It's cheap.
Mhm.
Um, I bought my house 10 years ago for, like, next to nothing, and
Mhm.
if I sold it now, I would make money on it, but if I were to go and buy another
Yeah,
house,
Mhm.
you
I'd have to
wouldn't.
pay 3, 4 times as much as, what I bought my house for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
So
Also my
crazy.
family's there, yeah.
Yep.
I've always been really close with my mom. I've always been really close to my grandma. My grandma's 86, and her health is not great. So I help her out a lot,
Mhm.
and I just feel like they were always the ones who were there for me, and, like, now I kind of feel like we're, like, moving into that season of their life where, like, now I'm the one that has to step up and be there for them, which is difficult as an only child too,
Yeah.
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
because, like, I feel like all of that rests on me.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a lot of pressure.
Derek Yeah, Derek and I were actually just talking about that the other day, like, Um, we always talk about, like, when we get to move away, which basically means, like, when my grandma's gone, I we have family in Washington State, and I was like, "Well, that's probably the only place my mom would move to because, my mom can't just stay here. She would have to move with us." And so I was like, "Maybe I'll just, like,
Oh
drop
my
her off at my aunt's
gosh.
Oh,
house and be like."
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, and be like, "Look, I took care of your mom for all these years. Now you can take
Mhm.
care of my mom."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, with my mom moving out here, and just all the stuff she's gone through, I'm like, definitely feel that pressure. Um, and but also like I can't just leave her by herself
No.
in
I know.
Alabama. Like I'd rather
Yeah,
take care of her in whatever ways I can, and if that causes me stress, just deal with it and try to just be there for her.
I know.
It's
I
hard.
know.
I
It's
had a
really
little bit of
hard.
a meltdown last night thinking about it because I ate an
Yeah.
edible that I didn't know was gonna be like that, and I almost took myself to the hospital.
Oh my
My
god.
heart
Please
was
don't.
racing. I was, like, about to have a panic attack. When I closed my eyes, there was, like, incoherent, like, shapes and words, like, swooshing past me, and my body felt like it was, like, floating, and I was trying to put this baby to sleep, and that was, like, really tripping me out. I felt like I was tripping balls, like, way
Oh my
worse than
god.
if I took mushrooms, and I'm like, "Oh my god, my mom's gonna move here. I'm gonna have to take care of her. What am I doing? Am I even qualified for this?" Oh, I get it.
I know, I feel like this is a weird season to be in, like, where, like, taking care of my grandma and then, like, next up might be, like, my dad, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do about that?" You know what I mean? And then, like, my mom, and it's like, what, am I just gonna be, like, taking care of people, like, for the rest of my life
Yeah.
now? But
Probably.
then
You're
it's
a
like,
nurse.
yeah, and then it's kinda like, well, that's kind of what you do, like, that's maybe what you're supposed to do, you know? We
Yeah,
don't.
and society's made it weird. So now it's like
Yeah,
feels almost like more of a burden, but we were all supposed to be living in community anyways.
right.
And
Yeah.
we've
Yeah,
just been like
Yeah.
separated and isolated. So now it's just weird.
yeah, yeah, I yeah. So,
Is your
I don't
dad in
know,
bad
it's
health?
he's not in great health, he's just never really, like, taken care of himself. He smokes, he's had heart attacks, he doesn't exercise, he's overweight, and then
Mhm.
my stepmom, she, has MS, and she's diabetic, and
Are they in their
so
60s?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, she's older than him. I can't remember by how much. But my dad's 64-ish.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, life is just weird, I guess. Maybe I'm still stoned. But yeah, I mean, we take care of them or they take care of
Yeah.
us, then we take care of them, and then I don't know, what do you do
Yeah.
after that? and you
I
have
always
a
tell my
kid.
patients, like, I think it's funny whenever it comes full circle because, like,
Yeah.
they used to tell us what to do, like, we listened to them, anything they told us, we had to do, and now, as people get older, then we become their bosses, like,
Mhm.
we're
Mhm.
telling them, "Oh, you can't climb on a ladder. Oh, you can't drive. You can't you can't do anything
Yeah.
basically without my approval."
Yeah.
And it's
Crazy.
weird how that happens.
Yep. What else should we talk about?
When you put it that
So
way, I don't know.
I'm sorry. So you travel a lot.
Yeah.
You're traveling like every weekend.
Yeah, I travel for work and then I travel, like, for pleasure too. I'm in a hotel right now, actually. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, where are
Mhm.
you?
I'm actually just outside of St. Louis. I'm in Columbia, Illinois.
Mhm.
So, like, southwestern Illinois.
So where's your favorite city that you've traveled in the country?
Mm. Oh, in this country? I would
Mhm.
I would have said Vancouver,
Oh,
um,
cool.
Canada?
Canada, yeah.
I would like to go
Yeah.
there.
Me too. I've always wanted
Yeah.
to go there.
But I super love Asheville, and maybe that's just because I just got home from
Mhm.
there, but,
No, you
I
say
mean,
that
I've
all the
always told you
time.
that. I
Yeah.
super love Asheville.
I would love to go there.
I've heard that's a really cute town.
It's so cute, and it's
Mhm.
small, like, it's only, like,
Mhm.
100,000 people, so, it's not,
Did
like,
it
super
seem rebuilt
overwhelming.
in any way when you were back?
Um, well, so the highway is still, like, washed away and, like, for, like, 20 miles too, like, it's a
Wow.
lot.
That's
And we didn't go
right.
down to the River Arts District, which was evidently, like, the
Mhm.
most impacted by the hurricane. So I don't know if that was rebuilt or if it could have been rebuilt. But for the most part, I mean, they downtown was still popping,
Mhm.
so
Awesome.
I think they were doing pretty good.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I think, that's my story.
I love it. Do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, we have some questions we like to ask all of our guests on Waking Up the Witch. And the first one is, what do you do for self-care that you just can't live without?
That I can't live without. Okay. I listen to music. I can't live
Mm,
without music.
mhm.
I feel like music is, like, one of our biggest outlets, and
Totally.
I listen to, like, all kinds of music. Like,
Mhm.
you can catch me listening to probably mostly rap, but, like, I'll get on, like, my rock kicks and, like, maybe a little bit of, like, country, like, the more, like, modern country, like, I'm not talking like Blake Shelton country, you know what I mean? Like, it just really depends on my mood. So, I feel
Mhm.
like if that was like, if I had to pick something I couldn't live without, it would probably be music.
Mhm.
Love
I
that.
agree.
Mhm.
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Relax, like, you do not have to have all the answers, and you don't have to have everything figured out, like, right now, like, just
Mhm.
Right.
relax a little bit.
You were so perfect though. Okay, let me grab a deck.
That's so funny.
I think it was good for me that you were.
There's a lot of pressure to put on yourself to like have to be perfect all the time
It
and
really
like
was.
perfect at everything.
And,
I
like, it's
said
funny
she
that
was
Taylor and I
perfect. She didn't have to try.
well, but it's funny that, like, you and I were such good friends because, like, I was so, like, type A and you've always been so type B, you know what I mean? Like,
What?
you've always gone with
No.
the flow, and, like, that's how I wanna be. I wanna go with the flow, but I can't.
Mm.
I think you do better at it than some people.
I'm better at it now.
One time you did, we were gonna travel somewhere and you sent me a Google Doc of everything you had planned, and I was like, this gives me anxiety. What if I don't want to do that thing at that time? Like, I'd rather just get there and be like, so what does the world have for me today?
Yeah, I've been known to do that, definitely.
That's
I was looking at it
hilarious.
like, "Whoa, this is, I've never seen anything like this. Okay.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna pull a card for us.
That deck's been in the forest for the past 4 days. It's
Oh,
really good. Oh,
strength.
I love that card.
Okay, it's the strength card. It was reversed. Let's see.
This card's been like my card of 2025. It stalks
Mhm.
me.
Okay. Strength reverse hints that you feel that you're lacking inner strength. Past events may have bruised your self-confidence. You may be feeling inadequate due to unavoidable challenges that you couldn't overcome. It's just a reminder that you still have strength underlying, and you have to find a way to take it back up. Don't let what you're feeling now define you. I think that was for me. I have just had a hard week.
I think that's a good card, though. I mean, I feel like
so.
that could be interpreted so many different ways. That's a great card.
Yeah, I needed that. Well, thank you for sharing your time with us.
Yeah, thanks, Jessie.
I love
so
you.
great to meet you and hear
you.
so many fun stories. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, can't wait to meet
She's
you in
the best.
person.
I can't wait. I appreciate you guys having me. This is so fun. Like, I feel like I'm trying to be more of like a yes person, you know? So like my immediate response, like whenever you asked, I was like, no, I can't do that. And I was like, yeah, I can do
Just
that.
us talking.
Yeah,
I
we're
know.
hanging
That's
out.
why I was like, no, I can't. I'm too nervous. And I
You
was
said,
like,
why
I
not?
can
And I
do
was
that.
like, really? Oh my God.
That's why I was like,
yay.
why not? Yeah, I was like trying to convince myself, like, why not?
Yeah, I was shocked, but I'll
exactly.
take what I can get. This episode has been produced by my husband, Curtis Burgess.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Waking Up the Witch.
And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at wakingupthewitch@gmail.com.
And don't forget to head over to the link in our bio on Instagram for all the ways to connect with both Amber and Taylar. And go to moonbeeswellness.com for all your self-care and witchy needs.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Ow. Ow.